Hey y'all, Rob Treppendahl Landscape. Another quick educational video. We're going to talk briefly today about mulch. Mulch is a really easy way to make your beds look a lot better, to reduce the amount of water that you have to use from irrigation, and just to keep the weeds down. A lot of you may have already done your spring cleanup and gotten your mulching down, but maybe some tips for when you do your next application, or maybe you're having people over and you want those beds to look good. So a couple quick tips. I'm going to go over my 4 favorite mulches and pros and cons of each one. So over here we've got just a dyed brown mulch. That's a Bark Bright brand. We've got Softscape, regular pine straw, and crushed pine straw. Now I'm gonna run through each one, kind of pros and cons. Okay, this is hands down my favorite. I'm starting with number 1. So this is a dark chocolate brown mulch. This is what it looks like up close. Really nice. It's shredded hardwood. It's a clean look. I'd say 9 out of 10 of our clients use this mulch just because it looks amazing immediately. Holds its color for about a year. The only downside is it can wash away a little bit. If you've got a lot of runoff on your beds, it does wash just a little bit and you have to kind of fix it after the rain, but it's really not bad. This is hands down our favorite mulch. So spoiler alert, some of you may be putting down red. It's just a personal preference. I don't like red mulch. I think it's really bright and tacky, just personally. It takes away from the house and the plants, but if you like red, then knock yourself out. So now we'll get on to Softscape. Okay, the next one we're gonna look at is Softscape. Check this stuff out. Softscape is like a synthetic type of pine straw. So check it out. This is what it looks like up close. Pretty interesting. It's extremely light, which is one of the pros. Anybody can grab it with one arm, so it's easier to do it yourself. The color lasts like up to 2 years. It's awesome. Downside is expensive. It's very expensive. Most nurseries are gonna sell this for about $10 a bag. So, you know, it's a lot of money to do it. It'll last a little while. It looks good for a long time, and it doesn't really float away very well, or very easily, so that's good. So that's Softscape. Now let's get on to pine straw. Okay, everybody knows pine straw, very common. Pine straw is definitely the cheapest mulch, so if you have really big beds or you're on a budget, definitely the way to go. Also, it doesn't wash away very easily, so if you've got a lot of water dumping off your roof, you don't have gutters, this is the one that's least likely to float away as long as you put it nice and thick. Downsides, within 6 months it's going to bleach out and look great and you need to replace it. And also it doesn't necessarily have that super clean look. It doesn't really look good around annuals and ground cover. It's a little bit more of a woodsy look. So if you're into that, pine straw, if you're on a budget, it's a good mulch for you. Now let's look at pine straw's more refined cousin, crushed pine straw. Okay, so this is crushed pine straw. Comes in a bag. Pretty expensive as well. Probably going to be paying $7 or $8 a bag or more at most of your nurseries, but it looks fantastic around annuals, around ground cover. It just has a really clean look, and it smells good too. It has this really good smell. It also is going to bleach out after about 6 months, just like the regular pine straw. So, and unlike regular straw, it's going to wash pretty easily. So if you have a lot of runoff coming off your roof, it will wash out. So anyway, y'all, these are just a couple quick tips for mulching your flower beds. It's just a really great way to add value to your beds, give you a little bit more curb appeal. Quick review, the dyed mulches are going to last usually about a year in your flower beds as far as look. Softscape, maybe up to 2 years if you put it nice and thick. And then the pine straws you're going to want to replace twice a year, probably every 6 months to keep it looking good. Anyway, just some quick tips, y'all. Hope you have a great day. Rob Treppendahl, Treppendahl Landscape.